Hi, and welcome to the Stream of Consciousness podcast, Errata Part 2. We're going to pick up where we started talking about my Vegas wedding and all the stuff we did in Vegas. Enjoy! And by the way, there's no video, so I'll be doing a slideshow and throwing in other random images. Have fun, enjoy the show, talk to you later.
But we didn't do that in Vegas though.
No.
Well, everywhere we went in Vegas was buffet.
Yeah.
Best food ever in Vegas. We had some of the most amazing buffets, and that's really all we ate was buffet. We pretty much
No, we went to the one Mexican place next to your favorite bartender of mine.
Oh no! You know why I don't remember that?
Because you were drunk.
I wasn't just drunk. Like there's drunk, and then like 3 steps higher than drunk is where I was. But that was because of the bartender. I blame her. Anybody who finds themselves in Vegas, go to the Luxor Hotel.
Mhm.
Go to the Luxor Hotel in the second floor. I don't remember the name of the restaurant because drunk. Stop at what's the name of her bar? The Conga bar, and ask for Kayla. And get a rum slushy off Kayla and tip her extremely well because she's foul-mouthed, she's degenerate, she's filthy, she's just everything that's despicable in a person. I love her. She's amazing. She was the best bartender ever. So go see Kayla at the Conga bar. Anytime you're in Vegas, make a special trip out to see her. But yeah, well, I drank a lot in Vegas. That's pretty much all I did. That was Friday because I didn't even realize that I hadn't eaten all day Friday until Saturday midday. Whenever it was after the wedding, we went to go eat, and that was the first I ate since Thursday night. Like I just completely forgot to. I drank a lot.
You ate at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, I did eat.
You don't remember this.
I don't remember.
Let me jog your memory.
Well, there was definitely a day that I didn't eat like the whole day.
Well, Friday it was
was
pretty
Thursday.
late because you had on Friday was the day that you did the cupcake competition with Jonesy.
Yes. Yeah, I'm so mad that we didn't get video of that.
I think it was.
Like,
I
we
think
had a really crappy.
It's
video.
right Thursday you didn't eat because I met you for lunch and we ate at New York, and then we went to the Mexican place after we ran around, and then Saturday we did the wedding. We had the Cinnabons in the morning. We had
Sunday I didn't eat.
no Sunday.
Sunday we had Fogo de
buffet.
Chão. No, we had that's right. We had at
Bellagio.
the Bellagio. We had the brunch buffet. That was
It had to be Thursday.
unbelievable.
Thursday, the day you didn't eat because we didn't.
Maybe I did eat. Maybe I was just too
No,
drunk to remember.
it was Thursday. It was Thursday.
That's possible.
Because you were around all day.
But the buffet at Bellagio was amazing. That was the first time I ever had crab legs for breakfast. But the Fogo de Chão after your wedding was the best food I've ever had. Ever. That was, we got there and you were like hyped this place up so much. So we walk in and...
But I hyped this up. When Tara and I were getting ready to get married, I said, I don't care what you do for the wedding. I want the buffet at Fogo de Chão. That's all I want.
You had your whole negotiation standpoint was where you go to eat after the wedding. She was like, well, can we have it at the Neon Museum? You're like, I don't care. And she's like, can we have Elvis marry us? You're like, I don't care. She's like, will you wear a suit? You're like, I don't care. And she's like, well, afterwards, you're like, food. And here's where we're going. That's all you wanted. That's all you cared about. The whole wedding was just a ploy to go to. You don't even. Was it even a legal marriage?
Yes, it was legal marriage. It was legal.
You know you can go into the buffet without getting married, though. You didn't have to. Okay, all right. Or she, I guess, really.
But I've been to so many weddings, and I've learned one thing. Well, 2 things. You never eat when you're getting married, and usually the food is okay. It's not amazing. I was going to make sure that I ate.
That was the best food. That was the best food I've ever had in any place, home cooked or in a restaurant. That was unbelievably. And they just come by. Well, that was the thing. We walk in and there's a salad. There's a buffet there. There's a little buffet, and I went and I got some green beans. And it was all really good food. But I'm like, this is not worth the hype. And I went and I sat down and I'm eating my salad. I wasn't mad by any means. I was just kind of like, this all right. It's cool. It's good. And then a guy comes up, like he just pops up behind me like a Muppet, and he's got this giant skewer of food, and he goes, and it's Brazilian food, and I'm assuming all these guys are Brazilian, because I couldn't understand a word he said other than chicken. He was like, "How's that about a chicken?" And I went, yeah, I love some less flammable chicken. So he knocks he cuts a skewer of this piece of chicken real tiny, and I'm like, well, that's not going to be enough. Like, and he's already gone. Now he's moved on he popped up at another table. He magically appeared like he's some sort of chicken wizard. And then so like, as I'm eating that piece, another guy pops up, and he's now got some kind of ribs, and another guy pops up, and they're just everywhere. Like, they're just coming out of the floor or something. They're like magical. I felt like I was on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood of food, though. And they're just cutting off little slivers of these, and by the time you're done, you've already gained 20 pounds, you can't breathe, you're leaning back in your chair, you're ready for a nap, and you're just stuffed to the rafters. But the food was so amazing and delicious that it was worth the trip to Vegas alone. But I had a blast in Vegas.
Yep.
We did a lot of stuff too. We did a lot of
really
cool stuff.
We got there on Wednesday. I took a half day at work, and I went home, grabbed my stuff. We flew out, and we got there sometime around midnight, 1 o'clock. With all the time.
Their time or our time?
Their time.
Because I woke up in the morning. I was up at, I think, 4:30 or 5 in the morning. Went to work at 6. Worked a full. I think we were done at 5 or something. Yeah, I worked like an 11-hour day. Came home, got a shower, went to the airport, met up with our friend Jonesy, and then we hung out and had a few drinks at the airport. Got on the plane at around 10 o'clock. But it's a 4-hour flight, 3-hour flight. It's a 4-hour flight. How many hours is it?
I think it's a 3-hour flight.
It's a 3-hour flight with a 4-hour delay, with a 4-hour time difference.
3-hour time difference.
No, one of those has got to be wrong because we left. I don't remember, but either way, we left and then we got. Mm-hmm. It's a 3-hour time difference. Yeah, so it must be a 4-hour flight.
Maybe with a layover, because I think it's straight shot. It's 3 hours.
All right, maybe I might be wrong. Maybe our plane flew a little slower than yours did.
Did you do a transfer, or did you go straight through?
No, we went straight through. We had a direct flight. But either way, so we get there, and then we get into our hotel. We get all set in the hotel. But we already lost. Now it's 3 hours earlier there, so I had already been up since 6 o'clock our time. And then we went to meet up with you guys, went to the bar, and there was the British girl. The guy sitting a couple of tables behind us was trying to snap a picture of her butt while she bent over to fix her shoe. And I'm like, I pull her over, and I'm like, you can't bend over. I think that guy back there was taking a picture of your butt, of your ass. And she's like, who was taking a picture of me bum? Was it that bastard right back there? And I'm like, oh my God, you're British! So, of course, we had to buy her a bunch of drinks so she didn't leave us. And her friend came over, of course, also from the UK or wherever they were, London or
you don't remember her talking about London?
I remember very little. I was very drunk by the time. By the time we were done and we got into it was 4 o'clock their time, give or take.
Our time.
7 a.m. our time. So I had been up for a full 24 hours and pretty much drank the whole way through. And then slept for 2 hours and decided to start off the morning with rum, I believe is how it went. And that pretty much set the tone for my trip to Vegas.
Yeah. But yeah, we got there Wednesday night, and after all that was done, I think we got to the hotel at like 2 a.m. And then didn't go to bed till like 4 a.m. their time, 7 a.m. our time. Got up the next day, got the marriage license taken care of, went to Hashigogo, which is an amazing breakfast place. The servings are huge.
I wasn't there yet. That was Thursday morning? Okay, I didn't come until Thursday late.
And then I think we hung out, we got some supplies, we got water, because we knew we were going to need water for...
You guys went to the Marvel, or was it the comic book museum?
Yeah, the Marvel Experience.
Marvel Experience. Without me?
Well, you weren't there yet.
No, I know. I remember.
We then went to...
I remember not being there.
We then went to dinner. We then walked back to our friends, watched the fountains, and then you guys were about ready to go, and then we met with you guys, and then... whatever happened.
And I'll tell you, Vegas, if anybody who hasn't been to Vegas, I always describe it to everyone like it's like being a puppy on the 4th of July. Like you are just constantly looking back and forth and jumping. What's this? What's going on over there? What's happening over there? What's happening? What's this going on? Look, there's a fountain over there. There's a guy peeing on the sidewalk over there. There's somebody, there's so much happening. There's lights and noises. And it really, you feel like a little kid there, but in like the best way possible. You can't take more than 5 steps. First of all the women are gorgeous. There's lights and stuff going off everywhere you turn. There are new people and experiences in every which direction. You can stand in one spot and see 20 different things, and it's very eclectic. Like, it's not just all glitz and glamour. And I was concerned that I wasn't going to be because I'm not a gambler. I'm not really into the whole casino scene. So, and that to me was what I had in my mind. Like, everything was casino.
Big misconception.
Yeah, no, it's like a giant mall. It's like a city-wide mall is what it is. But it's different than that even, too.
Well, I think the funniest thing was, like, you and I, Aaron, and Tara were supposed to meet for lunch on Friday.
Yes.
So, Tara and I, we started working down to New York.
We left early. And we still hadn't had our bearings yet. We came out of our hotel.
Let me tell my story, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were... Go ahead.
So, Tara and I go down to New York. We're supposed to meet you guys at noon. So we get there like 11:45 because I like to be early. And we actually played a slot because we're not gamblers either. So like, I want to take this $10 and we're going to play and see what happens. It kept playing and playing and playing. Next thing I know, it's like 12:15, 12:30. Where's Joe and Jonesy? Then all of a sudden I get this video message
from us,
from you guys. I'm like, what is that? I can't even distinguish what I'm looking at.
Let me tell my side of the story then, because this is so we actually left a little bit early because we weren't sure how long it took us to get from our hotel to we met up in New York, which was only one hotel over, but we really didn't know like what kind of walk or whatever we're getting into. So we get over to New York, and we go into the Hershey store. And we're looking around, and there's candy, and there's this, and there's that, and whatever. And we're like, "Ooh, look at this! We should come back another time for, I think it was a giant bag of M&Ms or something he wanted. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. So we're going through, and we're like, all right, it's getting to be about that time. We got to meet up with you and Tara. So we're like, all right, let's go. And we're walking out the door. We are heading out the door. We had one rule in Vegas. There's no in Vegas. Anything that comes our way, we do. If anybody says, do you want to jump off this building? We're going, yes, I want to jump off that building. We were saying yes to anything and everything. If there's something going on, we swore to ourselves we would be part of it. So over the speaker, they go, attention everyone in Las Vegas, Hershey store. We will be having a cupcake eating contest in the front of the store in 5 minutes. So we're like, we got a little bit of time. Let's go check out this cupcake eating contest. So me and Jonesy walk up to the front, and there's a table, like a folding table, like this table, and there's one girl with a tiara on that says happy 21st birthday or something, and she had on her little sash, and she was decked out in her shiny purple dress. And then there's this real big dude sitting right next to her. So there's two people sitting at a folding table, and we're like, what kind of freak show is this? Like, what is about to happen? Like, this is not... We're waiting for them to bring out all these cupcakes and see which one of these two can eat the most cupcakes. Well, so we're waiting, and like that's it. Like it's just two people sitting at a table and nothing's going on, and now a crowd is around it. So they say, one of the contestants didn't show up. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to take their seat? And I'm like, Jonesy, you got to do it. And he's like, no, you got to do it. And I was not giving him a second chance to say, okay, or change his mind. You have given me the opportunity. There's no in Vegas. I'm doing it. So I walk over and I sit my ass down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in a cupcake. Well, then this other girl comes and sits down, and then she pulls the girl over, and she's like, whispers something to her, and then gets up and walks away. And they're like, we got another spot open. And like magically, somehow Jonesy's already sitting there. Like he just appeared. He just poofed right in the seat. I think another guy was coming over, like he was going to do it. And Jonesy's like, no, sir. Today's my turn to shine. So now me and Jonesy went from going to meet you for lunch to now we're in a cupcake eating contest. And they put down these placemats, and they bring out this cupcake that's the size of your head. This thing was monstrous wide, and it's super duper tall, and then it had icing on top. It was the size of like 5 monkey fists. They put this thing down, and then they smother it in whipped cream, and there's a little Hershey Kiss on top of the icing. And so they go through it, everybody's set up, and they say, you can touch the placemat, but you can't touch the cupcake. You have to eat the entire cupcake and the Hershey Kiss. And me and Jonesy are like, you're going down, little man. So, on your mark, get set, go. And we have got our faces buried in this. There is icing. There's whipped cream and icing in your eyes, on my head. If I had hair, it would be in my hair. It's all over the front of my shirt. It's behind my ears. I don't know how it got behind my ears. It was, honest to God, it was behind my ears. It was so far up my nose, I couldn't breathe out of my nose. I mowed down this cupcake, and I'm down to the last bite. And I look over, and Jonesy still has like 2 bites left, and he's got his cheeks stuffed like a chipmunk. And she's like, "It's between the two of you." And he just buries his face in, somehow gets the rest of this cupcake in his mouth, even though he's already stuffed with it. And he gets it, so he has it all in. I just have to swallow this bite and get my last bite down. And she says to him, she goes, "Are you having fun? If you can answer that question, you win." And he's like, "Mm-hmm." And like cupcake is falling out of his mouth while he says it. The girl sitting next to him laughs at some point in time and spits icing everywhere. He has to pull his cupcake to the side while he finished it off. So we're all just coated in icing and whipped cream, and it's everywhere all over the table. He's just mild in it. I'm stuffed to the rafters with cupcake. I can't swallow it. It's in my throat still. It's up my nose. It's everywhere. And so he mumbles, "Uh-huh." And so she gives him the win. And he got himself a giant Hershey bar that he got his, you're allowed to put your name on it. And he decided earlier on, like on the plane ride in, his porn star name was Chocolate Decadence, and that's what he named his Hershey bar.
So we're gonna put it right here.
We should get it blown up real
I'm gonna
big.
actually put it
we
in.
don't have Chappie this week.
Yeah, we're in the other room, so we're gonna point over here. Right?
I'm in.
No, point.
We're gonna green screen it in.
So that's Chocolate Decadence.
This is Chocolate Decadence. We don't have a picture of Dulce de Leche, but that's this guy right here.
So.
Anybody listening to this and not watching the video is totally boned on that whole.
Well, once the website's up, which I think is streamconsciousnesspodcast.com?
Streamofconsciousnesspodcast.com.
I'm 99% sure. I will be right down here.
We'll put a link. Can you put it anywhere you want?
Yeah.
All right. Can you put it here?
Yeah.
Can you put it over there?
Yeah.
Can you put it here?
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah. And then, see what else would be Friday. So then after that, we went to New York, New York. We rode the indoor roller coaster.
That was a blast.
Which was awesome.
That was so cool.
Jonesy got to ride his first roller coaster.
The what now?
His first roller coaster after the surgery.
Oh, that's right, because Jonesy was he was a much bigger guy through all of his life. And you said he lost. He's still. I mean, he's slimmed down drastically. He's not a big guy. You would never know to look at him that he ever was a big guy. He carries it really well. He was literally 2 of what he is now. Mm-hmm. You said he lost 230 pounds?
I believe so.
I don't even weigh 230 pounds.
Yeah.
He lost 1 of me.
Same here.
But yeah, he looks awesome. He's really cut down tons and tons of weight and did great. So he hasn't been on a roller coaster. He wasn't on really any kind of amusement ride. I did know that. I remember that. He told me, but there's a lot of things he hadn't got a chance to do because of how big he was.
Last summer, he told me, I want to ride a roller coaster, Kenny. But I said, you know what? I hate roller coasters, but for you, I'll get a roller coaster with you.
That's why you guys rode together in New York, New York?
And he was like, guess what? I'm cashing in. I'm like, crap.
Are you a roller coaster kind of guy?
Not really.
That's not your
I'm going to tell a story.
Right.
I was about between 5 and 8. I was at Kennywood with my mom and my sister. And my sister's friend Robin was there. And they were riding. I was riding my mom the whole time. My mom got a little tired. I was like, hey, take your brother on the roller coaster. Take your brother on some rides. Okay. She said, we should go on the racers. I'm like, is it like a merry-go-round? She goes, yeah, it's like a merry-go-round. I'm like, okay. So I'm little. I get in the racers. I get in. I put the thing down. I'm sitting there ready to go. Like, this doesn't seem like a merry-go-round. Goes off. Goes up the hill. Goes down the hill. Didn't like it. Up the hill. Down the hill. Definitely didn't like it. Up the hill. I open the thing. I try and jump off the roller coaster. Because I want off.
You know what's scarier than being on a roller coaster? Jumping off of a moving roller coaster.
At that young age, I thought, I want off. If I jump off, I won't have to be on this roller coaster anymore.
That's logic. Go ahead.
And since then, I was scared to death of roller coasters. I mean, I've ridden them every now and then to try and get over the fear. And, I've gotten a lot better. And when we were in New York, I was like, hey, this isn't bad at all.
That was, for a roller coaster that is partly an indoor roller coaster, for something you start inside of the top floor of a hotel, not top floor, but in the higher floors of a hotel. That was I expected it to be a gimmick. I thought it was so that you could say I rode a roller coaster in Vegas, but it wasn't it wasn't like an okay roller coaster. It was a great roller coaster. It was a great ride. I've been on many roller coasters, and that was probably it's one of the top roller coasters I've ever been on. And it's a story to tell because it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like it was a really neat, fun thing to do.
So after our roller coaster experience, we decided to trek down to the Luxor because we wanted to try to get a slushy drink, I believe.
Was that Friday?
Yeah.
It was Thursday. It was Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
So we got the slushy drink, and we met Kayla. And
Wait, did we meet her? We didn't meet her then. We met her later.
after we met her before the tacos.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. I for some reason was thinking we didn't meet her until
Nope.
that night with the Bachelor scavenger hunt thing. Okay.
So then we went there, and then we had to get back at 7:30. We had to get back to my hotel by like 6:45 to leave to go ziplining. So we somehow managed to get from the tacos to Excalibur, get you guys changed, trek back to my hotel, get changed, and then go down.
Because we had to take you rented a car.
So we took the van down. We ended up doing the ziplining, which is amazing.
That was a blast too. We got great video of that.
I think I'll put the video somewhere in here and play in the background.
That's awesome. It's only like a minute and a half video too. So
Yeah, so we'll keep talking. So then we went down through Fremont Street Experience.
Well, the zip line was cool because first you get there, you climb to the top. They let we had a video camera,
GoPro.
the GoPro, on Jonesy's head because he was in the middle. So, and you wait in line a little bit. It really wasn't like a crazy line. Like it actually moved pretty quick. We made a couple friends in line. We started talking to those folks that were behind us. Yeah, everybody in Vegas is super friendly too. And then so you lay flat like you're on your stomach on this thing, and it lifts you up, and they harness you in, and it's some dude with a with probably a high school education strapping you into this thing.
By the way, my new thing is I'm just going to start pointing up here, and I'm going to put like random photos and stuff up as we're talking.
We need a green screen or something.
Because I think because of stream consciousness, we should just have random things in the background as we're talking.
I like that. I'm in for it.
Okay.
But we Supermaned over top of Fremont Street, and it's, I mean, a minute on a zip line, or a minute and a half, or whatever it is an incredibly long time to be on a zip line. Like, it was like you feel like you're up there forever, and you're so far above the streets. You're looking down on all the people as you go over top of everyone, and you're just, your heart's racing, and you're having a blast. And it wasn't like really, I didn't feel like unsafe. Like, you feel very strapped in, you feel very comfortable, very safe.
My friend Scott, for his bachelor party, when he got married 3 years ago, we went to Nemacolin, and we did the zip lining. That did not seem as long as that. And it was. I think it was just as long, if not longer. But the time lapse was totally different in Vegas than it was on that one.
Yeah. I mean,
that one I was sitting, actually, a photo here of me going through all commando looking. But like laying down was amazing.
That was cool because you feel you are Superman flying through Vegas, and it's about 4 city blocks that you go through. It's kind of hard to judge in Vegas because everything in Vegas, like a block in Vegas, is like 10 blocks here. But and there's people everywhere, and the neon lights are going off everywhere. And we did it later in the day, which was really cool.
I made sure we did it at night. I thought that'd be amazing.
Yeah, we purposely planned it as late as we could, but still be able to meet up with everybody. And so you get all the way to the end, and then they let you walk down. And as soon there's bands playing as soon as you walk off, like there's just bands playing, like big bands, like not like some street performer. Although there was a ton of those too. There were girls dancing on the bar in their I don't know, lingerie or whatever it was they were wearing, and that's kind of like a little bit of everywhere there. And there are people just wall to wall, but like not in a crowded way, like in a like look how cool this is kind of way. But one of the best things of Vegas, one of my personal favorite things in Vegas, was all of the people on the street that are in these different costumes that you can walk up and get your picture taken with. And I'm not a picture taker, but that was one of the coolest things was to walk through and see all these people dressed like Donald Duck and SpongeBob, and we met a couple of the Go-Go Girls. Although those Go-Go Girls right there charged us an arm and a leg. I hope we have that picture, otherwise that doesn't make sense. They kind of whipped us off. Like everybody was like throw them a couple bucks and they're happy.
$5.
Yeah, I was tossing everybody like a few bucks. I was usually trying to throw out about a 5 spot to everyone who stopped. These people were making a living too, so I was trying to throw them a couple bucks. I didn't want to be cheap about it, but I didn't want to break the bank. And these girls were like, they just were like, we typically get, I don't remember what we tipped them, but something like outrageous above and beyond that I felt was like, for a picture, you know, like. those girls over there probably would have done it for half the price.
Mhm.
But everybody's making a living there, and good for
Yeah.
them, and hopefully they do well with what they
Sure.
do. And they were beautiful girls, so.
So yeah, we did the zip line.
But
We did
the way I'm going somewhere with this, because my favorite part of all of the picture taking, hands down, without any question, at the end of the Fremont Street, there were the 3 guys that were dressed up like Marilyn Monroe. And there was the 2 guys.
It was 2 guys.
It was only the 2 guys. The one was Marilyn Monroe, and the other dude was just this like rotund barrel of a man in a bikini.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And
just-
had we maybe been soberer, had we been less drunk, like it maybe wouldn't have been as much fun. Like I still think it would have been funny and fun, but in my drunkard state, being 3 sheets to the wind, that was the best thing to happen in Vegas at all, period.
Yeah, I was trying to forget
Aside
about that.
from the wedding. That was
I was
also
trying to
that was a
forget about
highlight.
that. I was trying to forget about those
No,
2
you
guys.
were.
I actually saw that picture the other day when I was going through
You
photos.
cringe?
I didn't cringe. I'm like, oh yeah.
Is that on Facebook somewhere?
No, it's not on
No?
Facebook.
Oh.
Fine, I'll put it in here. So then, after that, we did the whole little bachelor party thing, which is pretty uneventful, except
No,
for the guy who wanted us to go to the strip club.
which there was guys everywhere.
No.
Which
The
one?
guy that has set the gold standard for offering me to go to a strip club. I don't like strip clubs. And this guy goes and goes, hey, want to see 210 titties?
Oh my god! Yes, 210. I forgot about
And
him.
on top of that, our friend JP was like, why not 211?
Because they come in pairs, JP.
And the guy goes, well, that happens on Halloween. We have a girl who dresses up the girl from a Total Recall. So then he explains to us how it is.
210. Like what a random number. Like
So then he explains how it's a titty slapping contest. And what? We're not. No. You sit in a chair and they slap you in the face. First one, the black guy wins. I'm thinking, this doesn't sound right. So he mentions it's all expenses paid. You just got to pay for drinks. We'll send a limousine out. I'm like, wait a second. I'm leaving the strip. First off, I'm not going to the strip club.
Yeah,
Second off, you do not leave the strip.
yeah, you don't leave the strip in Vegas. You don't
Oh,
go off the reservation.
But yeah, that was crazy.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Let's just assume that everything and anything that happened in Vegas, I was drunk for, including being asleep.
Yeah. So then
I don't remember sobering up the entire time.
I just don't want to talk much about the bachelor party because you don't talk about those things. There's evidence.
We stayed out of trouble
Yes, we did.
drastically. It was not.
We walked around.
We had for not getting into trouble. We had a lot of fun
Yeah.
though.
So then we got back. I went to bed, but then I woke up the next morning to go dune buggying.
That was fun too.
So the best thing about going dune buggying was you guys set everything up, didn't have to plan anything, which is great. So I meet up with you guys. You're like, hey, we got Cinnabons. I'm like,
Ooh, you said-
wait, I get Cinnabons and I get the dune buggies? Best day ever!
That was really cool because we got there. First, you ride out, you jump on the bus, the dude takes you out, then you go through the little video, and then another guy, you get on another bus that then takes you further into the desert. And the guy who did our tour, I can't remember his name, he looked like Penn and Teller. Which one's Penn, which one's Teller? The one who talks. He looked like the one who talks from Penn and Teller, with the ponytail and the whole
Kristen
9
would
yards.
kill us because she loves Penn and Teller.
This dude looked, he looked and even like, not so much sounded like, although a little bit, but he
That
even,
guy!
Yeah, he even talked, the guy who did the bus tour.
Yeah.
And he was just cracking jokes the whole way out, just kind of goofy one-liners that really like made it fun to ride all the way out there. So we get out there and they don't have the buggies ready. Like we were pretty early on. We were one of the early rides.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess something happened with some of the buggies, so they had to swap them out. Everything was very professional, very quickly. They were knocking everything through and burning it all out for us. But the guy came over and he's like, I'm really sorry you guys are waiting so long. We're going to keep you out a little bit longer. Like, we're going to give you a little bit of a longer run, like longer than we paid for. And I think we all sort of had that epiphany moment of like, oh yeah, we have been out here a little bit longer. Like, we didn't even realize it. We were just having so much fun talking and checking out the scenery and taking pictures and just many, many, many pictures. I don't know if you have the one of where I took a picture of Vegas City from where we were, and I don't know how many miles out we were, but we were far out. And Vegas looks like it's right there. It really doesn't look far at all. It looks really super close, but it's way, because the Vegas Strip is what, like 7 or 8 miles long.
Yeah.
And in the picture, it's it's like that big.
Mm-hmm.
But then
I had my hangover experience. because I had to be back to get changed to go to the wedding.
That's right.
And it was funny because everybody I talked to was like, "You're getting married today? This is crazy." I'm like, "What? I'm not going to get myself killed out here."
This is after Jonesy told everybody on the bus ride back that I was going to pee my pants on around them.
So we get back to the hotel, and my buddy Scott's supposed to pick me up, take care of everything. So of course we have miscommunication. Go to the wrong.
Yeah, we couldn't find him
entrance.
because there's only 30 exits out of that
Yeah.
hotel.
So we do that. We go to his place. I had a bow tie because Tara wanted to wear a bow tie. And as we know, whatever you want, fucking show.
Yeah, right. As long
It's been
it
half
sounds like
an
you're saying a dirty word when you say "fogo to show." She's like, "I want you to wear a bow tie." You're like, "Fogo to show."
hour. So then I spent half an hour trying to put this bow tie up. We looked at 4 different
Oh, that's
YouTube.
right.
We looked at 4 different YouTube videos. Finally got it kind of okay. And I read somewhere said they can't be perfect because if they're perfect, they're bought. So they look a little messed up. You're okay. I'm like, sweet, we're good.
Yeah, it definitely looked not boxed.
So walked in, and our friend Ryan was like, "That's wrong."
First thing she does is go and tie it on you.
I went, "That's half an hour of my life down the drain." And within like a minute, she's like, "Shh, there you go."
Oh, she whipped it together like in a
This
heartbeat.
girl
I
has-
didn't know you spent all that time trying to tie do the bow tie.
And I didn't remember that she was going to be there. She puts bow ties on her dogs. She wears bow ties. She can tie a bow tie in her sleep, probably. Love you, Ryan.
I was saying, and I also love you, and here's why. And also want to mention that I love her husband, Matt. He's awesome. Too.
Matt is awesome.
He was a great guy. Just so you don't think I'm hitting on your wife there, Matt. But I said about like the people you take the pictures with and how much I love them, and I said that I want to go out and I want to do that. Like I want to be somebody, and I thought for sure, like the best thing to possibly be at this point in time is if you dressed up as Deadpool and went around and just insulted people and just threw out witty comments and snarkiness, I bet you'd get 1,000 pictures taken. And I said this like not to her but in front of her, and she was like, "I can make that costume." And I don't know why I didn't just start feeding her money right then and there. Like I had a brain fart and went, "Okay, I'll get in touch with you." Like, but I should have been like, "Here's everything I have," and then pray that Jonesy pays for me to eat that night. Like,
So we had the wedding. Perfect. Went to fucking
that
show.
was great.
Amazing.
Yes.
And then we found the Millennium Fandom, a geek bar in Las
Yes.
Vegas.
Millennium
Go to the
Fandom.
Millennium Fandom if
Yeah.
you like geek stuff. This place was awesome.
We've done like 6 commercials and we don't even
Yeah.
have a sponsor.
It's Minion Night at the Millennium Fandom.
Right. Yeah, it was
People were dressed up as minions. Bartenders dressed as minions. The special drink was a special blue minion drink.
I didn't have that.
Here's the best part. I go into the bathroom, and this guy's like, no, don't use the bathroom yet. It's not clean. I'm like, okay, thanks, dude. So this dude's cleaning the bathroom. He's like, oh, I'm almost done. I'm so sorry about this. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it.
Right.
So I came out of the bathroom, and Kirsten somehow got the microphone, announced we were getting married.
Yeah.
And
She talked to the owner.
she talked to the owner. Owner comes walking out. Same dude! He cleans his own toilets! I had so much respect for that man.
He was. I mean, a big dude too. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't look like the kind of guy that owns a nerd bar.
Uh-huh.
But like, I call it the nerd bar, but that's really not fair because I think it might distract some people from wanting to go there. If you're in Vegas, go there.
Yeah.
You will have a blast. It's such a relaxed, fun atmosphere and environment. But he looks like the type of guy who would be bouncing the door, not the kind of guy who owns it. But he came out and he was fun. He was goofy.
He
and
gave Tara and I a free drink and said,
he got
congratulations.
Yeah.
Picture of this dude with the lightsabers right here.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
That's exactly how I remember him looking.
So we were out till like, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, I came back.
Wait. The best part of any of the whole wedding scenario was the fact that you are now hooked on, what's the name of your drink? The Galliano drink?
No, that's been before the wedding. That's been about 3 years I've been obsessed with this drink.
What is the name of that
The
drink?
Harvey Wallbanger.
The Harvey Wallbanger. That is the most awkward thing to walk into. We went in for your pre-bachelor party, like the one here before the Pittsburgh one, and we have to walk up. We walk up to the bar. The bartender goes, "What would you like?" And there was me, you, and 4
First
other
off,
guys.
let's go back to when we were at Purgatory.
Is it starting Purgatory?
Yeah, and you guys were making fun of me about, wait,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not going to drink? I'm like, I'm waiting until I get to Dave & Buster's because they can make a Harvey Wallbanger. And someone says, what are you, a 1950s gangster?
That was me. I was calling you every Rat Pack name I could think of.
So we go back. We're at Dave and Buster's.
And
And Christian, who's awesome, thank you, Christian, he orders, what,
six of us.
Six Harvey Wallbangers.
Yeah.
And the bartender says,
He's like, well, he first of all was like, do you have like some 70-year-old men behind you that are going to drink these? He was totally baffled by the fact that not that we're young, but we're not old enough to be drinking Harvey Wallbangers. He was expecting some old Italian gangsters to, and he's like, I'm not even sure if we have Galliano. I think that's the bottle we use to prop the kitchen door open whenever it gets hot back there. But I don't know. He disappeared. I'm assuming to find like the old guy who's secretly hidden in a back room who counts beans or something for them, and went, "These guys want a Harvey Wallbanger. How's it made, Walt?" And he said, "Let me give you the recipe." But he came back and he made them, and so he lays out all the Harvey Wallbangers, and we're like, "All right, here's to Joel's shitty drink, happy whatever," and cheers, and we knock it back, and all of us were like, "That's actually really good. That's a really good drink." Don't tell Joel, but I really like that a lot.
I can thank my older boss from the school district, Nick Townsend, who suggested I try it out.
It's a good drink, and it's one that I will have again if I ever find anyone who knows how to make it.
Here are the ingredients.
It's actually not complicated. It's like orange juice, Galliano, and that right there.
This is hilarious. I gotta put all this stuff in now.
I love that we can make references to things that we have no idea. Here's a random picture of Jennifer Love Hewitt from the movie Heartbreakers.
Hopefully there's out on the internet.
Oh, there is.
So then, like I said, Sunday we got up, went to the Bellagio, had lunch, took the one last picture of everyone there for the wedding, and then we went our separate ways. But you and Jonesy came with us to go out into the desert, to Red Rock Canyon.
Yes, Red Rock Canyon was a blast too. That was fun. That was like it's a jungle gym for grown-ups.
Mm-hmm.
We got to climb on top of the rocks. We took a ton of pictures.
Joe almost died. He actually didn't really, but it's going to look like it for the way the picture was taken.
You know what? That picture doesn't look anything like I'm falling. It was meant to look like I was falling off a cliff. It just looks like I'm laying on a rock.
No, we actually had a somewhat good one.
But we had a lot of great pictures, and had a blast. And I don't know if we can't put up the picture of Brett had a moment with a bodybuilder that we're not going to put that one up. No. I'm certain Brett doesn't want. To be fair, just so that people don't think that he was, doing anything unsavory. But there was a guy that was just standing in the middle of Red Rock with his shirt off, just flexing and posing, and then he'd stop and he'd lift weights a little bit and he'd go back over. And I'm like, what a douche. Like, what is this arrogant? I'm
pretty sure he's doing a photo shoot for something.
And after, once they were started doing that, we kind of got the whole picture of it where he, no pun intended, he must be doing some sort of modeling job or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm one of those guys that if I had that job, which I will never have a modeling job, but if I had to take pictures of me shirtless in the desert, I don't care who sees what, who does what. I'm not, so I don't disrespect the guy. I think it was cool that what he was doing. I just didn't understand it, and I was wrong for judging him ahead of time. But Brett took him on and kind of went over and flexed with him and took a couple pictures with the guy. And so it was, and the guy had seemed to enjoy it, thought it was funny. Yeah. We all had a good laugh at that one. That was nice because Brett's a big dude. So, and then
love you, Brett.
Yeah. And what did we do from there? Where did it go?
We went to Famous Dave's and had dinner.
Yeah, that was good food.
And then we went back to the Luxor
and got drunker.
You got drunker. I stayed.
I don't know who got drunk other than me. I know I was drunk.
But we went out, got a drink with Kayla, and then we waited for Kayla to get off work, hung out with her for a few hours, and then
Again, if you go to Vegas, go to the Luxor Hotel. Even if you're not staying there, it's worth the trip over. Grab the shuttle, go over up to the second floor and to the Conga Bar. I think it's called the Conga Bar. And see our good buddy Kayla, because she's fantastic. So we went back there. We had a handful of drinks. We went. We pretty much made a night out of that.
Yeah.
And we got something to eat. I had a blast and just joked and reminisced about old times for a bit.
And then Monday we went our separate ways. I came home. You guys hung out for a little bit longer.
We
came
did. What
home.
did we do? We just kind of like wandered around a little bit. I think we did a little bit last. That's what we did. We did a lot of last minute shopping, picking up stuff. You can buy decks of cards, and I'm assuming you saw us because they're everywhere. You can buy the same deck of cards that they use in the casinos that they play with. They then package back up and resell for like 50 cents or something super duper cheap. And they tell you whether they're from MGM or the Bellagio or the Luxor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can buy these decks of cards. And I bought them like to give to all my buddies from work because I was like, I don't really want to spend a lot of money on you guys. So this is good and it's cool and it's cheap. And it's neat because like, and it was kind of thrilling because you're like, this could be the deck of cards that somebody won $1 million off of. This could be a high stakes table,
or this could be the deck the guy lost.
Or this, the guy who lost his house and his wife on one hand of blackjack. But could go either way. but I bought a bunch of coffee mugs and some shot glasses. None of those made it back. They did not live the trip back to the plane ride back. But they were crushed into my suitcase. That's on me. But the deck of cards made it just fine. We had and then our plane ride back. Well, our plane ride out was funny because Jonesy and I, he bought the tickets ahead of time. I paid for the hotel. He paid for the tickets, and we just were going to split the differences once we met up. And we hadn't seen each other for years and years and years prior to heading out to Vegas. And as soon as we saw each other, we just like hit it off and had a blast, and we're having so much fun. And so we're talking about our seats on the plane, and he's like, "There's 3 seats on each side, several whatever."
This is first on the plane, by the way.
This is my first time flying on. I was on a little tiny Buddy Holly plane in Canada one time that literally went less than a mile over top of a set of trees down onto a lake. It was a little pontoon plane, but this is my first official real flight on an airplane. And so we're walking down and he's checking the aisles and okay, this is where we are. Now we knew that we weren't sitting next to each other. We both had a middle seat. There's 3 seats, the aisle, and then 3 seats. So we knew that we were both in the middle seat and we were going to be sitting in between people we didn't know, but we were within earshot of one another. So we come walking down the aisle and he's like, "Oh, I think that's my seat." And there's this woman there, very, very pretty lady. And so she stands up, very nice, very friendly, great big smile, and she's super sweet. And she's like, "Oh, hon," and she's putting, "Come on in." And he sits down, and then on the other side of him, on the window seat, is this gorgeous girl, beautiful, beautiful girl. And so she's like, "Hi," and so they have like their own little party going on over there. Like they're just like friendly and loving, and he's got them laughing before he even sits down. I'm pretty sure this girl was writing down her phone number as he was sitting down. Like they just fell in love with him, and they're having so much fun. And he's back and forth, and he's chatting the girls up. Then on my side of the plane, there's this dude that's probably nice guy, 300 pounds, smelled like meat. And on the other side of me was this guy who did not speak a word of English. At least I don't think he did. Maybe he saw me and went, "Oh God, I have to sit next to this guy. I'm going to pretend not to speak English." So I was crammed between these 2 guys in this tiny little seat, just kind of like, this guy's leaning on me, his legs all halfway over on my side of the chair. This guy over here is just facing the window so he doesn't have to talk to me. And Jonesy's over there, he has these 2 gorgeous women giggling and falling all over him. And I'm stuck between meat sweats and knowing oblé anglais. But rode the whole way there, 3 or 4 hours there. The whole way between these 2 guys, cramped up. But that was my first flight, my first ever airplane flight.
Glad it worked out.
On the way back, we did get aisle seats next to each other, so we got to BS a little bit more, which was nice. That was cool. Mm-hmm. So, well, I think we could probably cut this off here. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we hope to see you again next time. And we're going to have likes and subscribes and things along those lines.
Yeah.
All right. So we will see you guys next time. Thanks for tolerating and listening to our tomfoolery for that long.
Later.